Hello there everybody, my name is Juan, welcome back to a new reaction. Today we are back with one of your recommendations. This one comes from, let me see, what is your name? Smog OFC, Smog of course, maybe? I don't know if that's what's the intended acronym there, but you recommended J Dilla's Donuts album. I think I remember reading in one of the comments. Now there are so many comments on the Nujabi's albums that I'm like it's a lot to go look for it. But somebody mentioned that while J Dilla made sort of initiated the sort of lo-fi hip-hop aesthetic, Nujabi's kind of perfected it. So there's some kind of connection there in the genre. So I'm excited to get into it. This album by J Dilla, we're looking at 31 songs, 43 minutes long. So we have a lot of shortcuts on this one here. The longest one being Work In On It. So hey, at the very least, we're not gonna be listening to like hella long tracks, which I don't mind, but there should be something here for us. Out of 31 tracks, there must be something that I will take away from here. So therefore, how about we get into it? What else is there worth mentioning? I think one of you mentioned that J Dilla actually is unfortunately has passed away, and so there's something to it there, you know, listening to music from people who are no longer around. Somehow this music's still making its way to me, which I've never heard of him before, so it'll be like a fresh reaction, brand new to me, music that I've never even knew existed prior. So how about we just get into it? And so it begins with Donuts Outro. I don't know why that's the first song on the album, but it is what it is. Let me see what he has to say here.
I don't care. I don't care.
Bro, that's crazy. Just from a 12-second outro at the beginning of the album, there's this sort of nuance on there. I don't know how to explain it, but there's just sort of like almost like a dark feeling, like a sentimental. I feel like I always say the same thing, but like a lot of these like albums are similar in that regard. They're kind of like nostalgic, give you this kind of like vibe from a long time ago. I don't know. Interesting. I don't think there's much to be said about a 12-minute intro outro kind of thing. So this is gonna be Working On It. Let's see. Sounds like a car. Ooh, what the fuck? Okay, this is gonna be crazy, dog. I need to run it back a little bit. There's so many distinct sounds here. Holy, hold. Like a little bit of rock, almost.
Play me, buy me. Working on it.
Working on it.
Working on it.
Work it out, work it out, work it out.
I like that.
Working on it. Working on it. Working on it. Play me.
Okay. This is interesting. There's a lot of sort of like repetitive sort of sounds and motions in this track that I generally would not be a fan of. Though the sounds themselves that he is utilizing kind of over and over again are so particular and like distinct. It feels almost jarring to listen to, because like there's no particular sound in which I can like start vibing, because when I start vibing to it, suddenly he's like throwing like a different little bit of a like a strange little sound. It almost sounds abstract. It's interesting. And then when I look at this art cover, the album photograph that's on here, he's smiling, but his hat is like covering his eyes. That's kind of, there's like a certain kind of allure to that. I don't know what kind of person J Dilla was, but just looking at that cover, like whenever your eyes are covered, maybe there's something more sinister going on, it feels like. And then this track, it's like so, how do I say this? Like, this is not a conventional track whatsoever. It's so, I kind of want to run it back. There's like a certain like darkness to it, like a certain like weird like kind of keeping you on your toes type vibe. I don't know how to explain it. And then there's just like little sounds everywhere. It's like then and then it just kind of cut shorter. It's like,
Play me.
I mean,
Working on it. Working on it. Working on it.
Work it out, work it out, work it out.
then I don't know. It's weird. Like I want to like it because of how unconventional it is, but at the same time, I feel like it doesn't really give me the time to like kind of fall in love with it, because when I'm starting to like vibe with it, the sounds get like cut off short. He kind of starts like playing around, which is interesting. Like an interesting construction for a song to be like so unconventional and like kind of strange almost. But okay, let me carry on to the next song, because I feel like I'm just gonna have the same opinions on that one going forth. But interesting. If that's what we're in for, this should be interesting, because okay, look at this lyrics. One line of lyrics. So this, I don't know how experimental or if we're like diving into something of that sort, but it kind of feels like it. So okay. Waves. Or actually, let me do a little quick sound check, and then I'll carry on. Okay, we're all good. I lowered the volume a tiny little bit because it was a little bit loud. I like it when my voice and the sound of the music are kind of on the same wavelength. But let's carry on with waves. Wavelength.
Let's go.
Wait, I kind of want to do the...
Let's go.
Okay. It's weird to say, but I like the first song. There's this sort of like repetitiveness in the beat, but like I said, I do kind of like the way that while the beat is sort of repetitive with this every now and then he includes like little like voices, little like sounds. Like for a second, it almost sounded like a crowd of people like going like yeah or something like that, right? Okay, it kind of like the name kind of is self-explanatory almost. It's like waves, like da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. But there's kind of, I don't know, it's like not my favorite. Let me light it. Light the blunt. 30 seconds. You can hear the what's it called, what would that be, like, what's it called, the fucking, baby, can you light my fire? Hold on. How brief that song was is almost a detriment to it, because I was like, okay, there's a lot here, a lot of references. Let me see. There's just like, what happened to rap, what happened to rap, what happened to rap, what happened to rap. It's interesting, but like, when it comes to like me like listening to this music, I'm just like, it's probably just the one time where I'm gonna listen to it now, but like, in the future, I feel like I wouldn't come back to listen to this because it's like such a like a one-time thing for me. But like, it's interesting to listen to it. I feel like there's like something bigger here that I can't see, but. Come on, baby, light my fire.
That real.
You're gonna want me back.
That real. Yo.
Is it just me, or do the things they're saying doesn't even have anything to do with the lyrics? Like, I like that sound though.
That real.
Right? Like the lyrics don't even coincide.
You're gonna want me back.
That real. Yo.
Okay. Besides the fact that I don't think the lyrics have anything to do, because he's like, it's the real, and then there's like this lady singing, but then the words don't even coincide with the singing. Whatever. That's interesting. Again, I have like this sort of like forlorn kind of feeling, again, like sentimental, kind of like nostalgic even. It sounds like little snippets of like songs from the past included with this like super like somber beat. It's like, okay, let me carry on. Stop. Oh, I think this thing is tripping, dude. Let me refresh my shit, cause this thing is not doing what it's supposed to be, I don't think. Let me run the new again. Let's see.
And on the cool check-in,
Now it's working. Wait, what the fuck was that? What was I listening to then?
And on the cool check-in, center stage on the mic, and we putting it on wax.
Uh-huh.
It's the news. It's the news. It's the news.
Okay. I like that sound. Okay. The new, again, it's like vibey. I like the sounds that I like what it kind of feels like it's building up to, but it's unfortunately so short that like by the moment I start falling in love with it, it's already over. So it's kind of like, it kind of leaves more to be desired, but let's carry on. We've got Stop. I like this sound.
It's that real.
Interesting.
Real.
You're gonna want me back.
It's that real. Yo.
You're gonna need me.
Yo.
You're gonna want me back.
That real.
I like this.
You're gonna need me. You're gonna want me back in your arms. You're gonna need me one day. You're gonna want me back in your arms.
I like that.
You better stop and think about what you're doing. You better stop and think about what you're doing. You better stop and think about what you're doing. You better stop and think about what you're doing. Give a little back my way.
Interesting. Interesting. So Stop, I don't know why there was that sort of like technical difficulty where Stop started playing where it was where the new was on, but okay, interesting. I like this little sound in the beginning. Okay, and what I'm kind of starting to realize about like his general production style, it's kind of for lack of a better word, feels sort of choppy. He gives a lot of like stops, like the singing is going on, and he okay, where was it? Let me give you a particular example. Like right there, like it just kind of like the. I think whenever you utilize or me, like I said, if I fucking write music, I don't, but like whenever they utilize like the stops in a creative way, it's interesting. When you overuse it, like I feel like unfortunately he's doing, it's a little jarring. And again, it's sort of like the same feeling where I kind of start falling in love with it, but then and it's like a little too jarring for my personal taste. But again, it does have that like sort of like a nostalgic feeling to it, and like it sounds like he has a lot of references here, because obviously it's not him singing. It's like what is that called? The fucking sample. He's like sampling like really particular things, and again, it does add to that sort of nostalgic feeling. But okay, let me carry on. Let me see if we can find something that's a little more of my liking personally. People.
People, the time has come.
Okay. like he's breathing. Oh, this is weird.
Say it. My people.
I like that.
Say it. My people.
Hold on.
My people.
Okay. Interesting. While again, I come back to the same idea where it's unfortunately too short. This one in particular was kind of weird. It kind of gives you like almost like Egyptian sort of vibes, where like I feel like there's unfortunately a lack of replayability for me personally, just because of how almost strange the music is. But one thing I can say is, even though he has very particular samples that he's kind of utilizing here, the way that he does manage to sort of like seamlessly produce and like mix all these kind of strangest sounds to a point where, while it is a little bit jarring, it almost does sound beautiful, and it sounds like it's building up to something. And unfortunately, the short runtime does kind of hinder it in that regard. But like, it's like taking the weirdest sounds you've ever heard and kind of implementing or like sampling them into a song. It's so, let me run it back, because I like, for example, this part where it's like, hold on, my people. Oh, and then it starts speeding up, like, okay, my people, hold on. And then those fucking sirens. That's like the second time in this album that he's like, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've heard that in other songs before, but it's like, it's so like.
Say it. My people. My people.
I don't know. And then, what in the? And then, I don't know, bro. Like, there's a lot of things I like about it, but at the same time, it's like, it's too short and kind of jarring. But I like this sort of like drumish. Like, and then. Fucking bug. And I got like a little beat with the such like simple like thing, but it's like such a like unique kind of beat. And then
Say it.
Love that little sample. Hold on, my people, hold on. It's kind of jarring how he like speeds it up and like slows it down and then speeds it back up again. I don't know. At the very least, we can say that it's a very experimental sort of production that he's got going on here. But let me move on to the next song. Diffs. Oh, okay. like that.
You will see the
Brother, how many people? Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeez, 6, 7, 8 people for this song is crazy. Okay. Let me say, I like the concept of experimental sort of rap, experimental sort of hip hop, and I really want to like this. Honestly, there are certain things, like for example, when the music kind of sounds like we're going underwater, and the effects kind of sounds like woo, like subdued. Let me see if I can find that particular part. Right there.
You will see the difference.
I like those things, but then I am not accustomed. I don't think the mental capacity to kind of get into such unconventional sort of like music construction. Like this, most of the songs have like these like beats that are kind of jarring, kind of, and it's interesting because it's experimental, and I kind of want to reward the fact that it's experimental, but at the same time in my ears it kind of doesn't sound like too pleasant. Like it's interesting, an interesting sound, but not like a sound where I'm like singing my heart out to it. If that makes any sense, it's weird. Let me listen to the next one. Let's see. Mash, and then the song's kind of begin, and they're like, okay, I start getting into the beat, but then I don't know if that I'm not making any sense, I don't think, but like it's okay. Let's listen to this.
Alright, he wants to get his girlfriend. Go get your girlfriend. Alright, and now you are going to dance like you've never danced before.
Okay.
Alright. They'll be mashed.
It's certainly strange. Hold the phone. Why did my freaking camera freeze? Hold. And then they have to freeze on that face, dude. What the heck? Okay, we are back. My camera, for whatever reason, was kind of overheating. But we are back with MASH. Okay. MASH had a kind of an... let me run it back, because it was a minute, and I didn't say anything at the end because my face got stuck like that. But, let me run it back. It has like a sort of like sinister...
Alright, he wants to get his girlfriend. Go get your girlfriend. Alright, and now you are going to dance like you've never danced before. Alright. They'll be mashed.
I think so. Okay, so MASH, the sort of piano is a little bit sinister to me. What I kind of find jarring about this one, because I guess everything is kind of jarring here, but it's sort of the way that the beat kind of develops in a way that doesn't follow like regular kind of beat laws, if you will. Like it's like ding, 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 and you're like, okay, you like generally we're used to the beat kind of carrying on in the similar fashion, but he really kind of subvert expectations of like the way that the beat is supposed to flow, and he kind of like just like offsets it in a way that kind of like leaves me like, I think I'm gonna continue with the beat, but the beat just goes in a different direction than I was expecting, and it's kind of weird. And like he or whoever is voicing this is saying it is a little strange. It sounds sinister. It sounds a little creepy even. So okay. Up until now with MASH, we are at song number 9. Time, the Donut of the Heart. Let's see. That's next.
Okay. There comes a time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, this continues the sort of theme, and the beat, okay, for the most part in the beginning, the beat is kind of similar, and it continues this sort of expectation that we kind of have for the beat. This fucking bug, dude, I sort of fucking got it carries on the beat, and then towards the middle, it kind of just offsets it, and it's like, okay, and it kind of like takes me out of the vibe a little bit, but this is as close as we've gotten to actual lyrics in the song, and he's kind of talking about how I can get you off my mind, been dreaming of, but, and then the interesting thing about him saying like been dreaming of, but, and then cutting it off is that a lot of the songs kind of sound like that, where you kind of start getting into it, and then it has like a, and then a minute, and then it kind of cuts off short before you can get almost rewarded for the expectation to have as to how we think songs should normally kind of flow, and I don't know, it's a little... like I'm kind of getting used to it at this point, and the beats are beautiful, but they are also strange in an unexpected way, and it's difficult for me personally to kind of get accustomed to that, but we're getting there. We do have another 21 songs. So let's see. Next, Lace, Donut. Okay. "30-second intro is crazy. I don't know. I hope I don't come off as a hater when I tell you that I'm like not really like vibing to it, and maybe that's not the point here. And one thing about this song in particular is that the beat, okay, da-na, 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 okay, but it's so loud, and the singing or talking or spoken part is so like diminished and quiet that you don't even hear any of this. You hear it's a doggy dog world, kind of wake up world, give peace a chance, but all of this here, which I was kind of expecting it to be like you know, like said it with his chest, was kind of subtle. And okay, now I'm gonna tell you, you know, I'm doing fine in my life, Cloud9. Folks, they try to tell me, don't let your ship capsize. Don't let life pass you by. I think that's so, like, interesting and significant of a thing to say, but the fact that we don't actually get it to hear it, and it's like, it's there, and it's like, very, almost like very, but you don't really get to hear it because it's so, it's kind of like, okay, the world reality is the rat race where only the strong survive. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It is. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Give peace a chance. Are you afraid? It's like, it's kind of all over the place. And there's like a certain beauty to the madness of the craziness that's all like this almost overstimulation, but it's... I'm having a hard time kind of getting into it. I'm not gonna lie. Airworks. I don't know, bro. The jarness continues. It's a little crazy, almost overwhelming out. Never. Next, let's see. Lightworks. Okay.
This is Bendix, the Tomorrow People.
What is the magic that makes one's eyes sparkle and gleam, light up the skies? The name of the game is Lightworks.
Listen up. Listen up.
Shine is that sparkle and gleam. The name of the game is Lightworks. Light up the slips. The name of the game is Lightworks. Night of the Slips. The name of the
Night
game
of the
is
Slips.
Works.
Interesting. Like there are certain sounds that I really like, and the way the beat kind of develops, I do sort of some of the times kind of start like vibing to it, but then it's like again, it's just very jarring, very strange. But let's see, Stepson of the Clapper.
Louder! Well, clap your hands for what he's doing. Yeah! Yeah. 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 On tempo.
I know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, Stepson of the Clapper, bro. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm kind of expecting somewhere to get into something that sounds like, oh, like I want to vibe, I want to get into it, but then like I'm over here trying to get into it or kind of vibe, and it's just kind of strange, dog. It's weird, dude. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I don't have the mental capacity to kind of, but it's just like strange on purpose, and he I don't know, dude. Let me carry on. The Twister, huh? What?
Would you join me, please, in welcoming the Tipsy?
Like, okay, dude. Like, okay, like 15 seconds in, and you already. Huh.
The Tipsy. Would you join me, please, in welcoming the Tipsy?
Oof. Yeah, no, I'm kind of having a difficult time even having anything to say after each song because they are so, like, strange and offset and kind of jarring and, what are we on? The Twist? We're already, like, halfway. We're on to, song 16. Yeah, but, like, I like the kind of springy sounds, but, it's kind of all over the place, bro. It's kind of weird. Let's see. 111, let's see. Okay, one other thing that I kind of, like, he doesn't actually, like, rap or sing or anything along the lines. Maybe every now and then he has some spoken word parts or something like that, but it seems like, the beat, goes, and it's jarring, and it does its thing, as J Dilla, I suppose, does, and then instead of him singing or instead of him rapping, he straight up just puts the samples to do that part for him, and there is some sort of a disconnect because the beat and the sound of the music is like experimental and that's interesting. But then there is that disconnect with it's not really. I don't know. This is so weird, dude. 111.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. This is kind of beautiful. Okay. For the first time, I'm not like completely opposed to it. I think the sound is beautiful here, actually, and he doesn't take away from the beat. Like it's a beautiful sound, and he doesn't like that like cut it up as he has like the last 16. I don't know. This one of all of them was probably the most beautiful sounding to me. That being said, the lyrics do kind of have that kind of like cut short kind of effect, but I didn't mind it as much on this one as I did previous ones. That being said, while the music is beautiful and while it sounds good, the lyrics kind of also leave something to be desired. But I don't know. I think asking for substantial lyrics in an experimental record is kind of even crazy of me, you know. But okay, let me carry on. Maybe we'll get those things further down the line. I don't think so. But hey, we can have hope. 2 can win. That's beautiful. Ooh. Okay. Only. Beautiful. Okay. Only. That's beautiful. That's nice. Okay. Interesting. I like that one. I like 2 can win. But, yeah, the lyrics can get a little bit repetitive. But after everything we've been through on this album, this being like the most straightforward, most, least jarring song, I actually kind of appreciate that. And the last 2 songs kind of have been like that. He kind of taking a step back from kind of chopping it up so much and having it feel a little bit disjointed. This one feels more like an actual track, not like an actual track, but like more like a standard track and not so experimental. So I'm kind of enjoying that. Let's see if that carries on towards the second half of the record, or if we'll go back to. But let me see. I like, this is nice, and I do like the way whoever's singing, I don't even know if it's auto-tuned or like a sample, but I like how they carry the notes through the song. It's really nice. Let me carry on. Don't cry.
Don't cry. Show you how my voice will. Don't cry. All right, you sing it, and I'll show you how my voice would have made an unbelievable thing good. Oh, okay, Joy.
Stand to see you cry. I can't stand to see you cry.
That's good.
Can't stand to see you cry.
I can't stand to see you cry, no, baby, now.
I was really vibing to it. I'm not gonna lie, but then after this part, it kind of, again, we come back to like the jarness. I don't even know if that's a word. Like it's a little jarring. The production wise, and I'm having a hard time. I'm not gonna lie, because I really want to like the music, and for a moment I do, and then he starts to like kind of twist the beat in unexpected, unconventional ways that it kind of just takes it away from me. I kind of get lost in the switch up that I can't even go back to getting into the song. It's kind of weird to me, to be honest. Let me carry on. Anti-American graffiti. Okay.
Have mercy, you bet your life, baby. That's right, I'm down here with the world's most popular drinking areas, you understand? The South. Yeah, where everything is nice, and they do it right. And everybody here is waiting for the $1 million jackpot number to come up, man. And you know, there's a lot of sincere confusion about just what the doctor said.
There is a lot of sincere confusion. This is beautiful, though.
Too much too soon. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Great, sound like the end of the world all over again, man. 6 to 5 underworking people I talked to. Want to know who's going to take the responsibility if they go. Say it, say it. Too much too soon. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Say it, say it.
Okay. Interesting. Geek down. No. I like this one. I like how again I almost sound like a hater, to be honest, but I like when he doesn't twist the beat so much. I like it when he keeps it more or less stable because it sounds nice, and it allows me to continue to be invested in where the song is going, and the little kind of production details he did here I like because they're like subtle and not so harsh to a point where it takes me out of the experience. But hey, I'll take it where I can. So that sounded kind of weird. You see, the beat kind of stays with me whenever it's like nice and like, you know, consistent. Like, but let's see, Geek Down. Okay, yeah, while I do like this and how straightforward it is and sort of how he prevents himself from making it so convoluted that it takes you off from the experience, I like how it was consistent, I like how it carried on, and I was like, okay. If anything, I wish there was some rapping, some anything in here, you know, to give it that little bit more of a step up. But again, we are kind of, from what I can tell at this point, is we're listening to more of an experimental kind of record, therefore kind of asking for those things, asking for those extra. It's like, okay, I can't really ask for it like that because it's its own thing. It's kind of its own sort of strange experience, which, okay, has its merits, I suppose. But yeah, let me carry on.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. For the original.
The siren. Ooh, you guys heard that? Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, this one being 54 seconds long, it hinders the fact of where this was kind of going. I was like, okay, getting into it, but by the time you're like invested, it's over. It's like, ah, man. Okay, next. Ooh, that sounds kind of nice. Gobstopper. Okay, let's see. There's the fucking siren, bro. Like, I don't know if I'm a hater, but that fucking meow, I'm not a fan of it, dog. Let me see. Yeah, car screeching. Yeah, okay. That one at the very least was simple, straightforward, not so harsh or sort of like janky to a degree where it takes me out. That being said, I mean, my criticisms continue to be the same. Where a 1 minute track with no lyrics, an interesting beat. Don't get me wrong, but how simple this one is kind of leaves you desiring more. It kind of makes me want to go back to where he was being kind of crazy with the beat, but yeah, okay, like it isn't bad, but it is brief, and therefore it does again leave you wanting a little bit more. But what can I say at this point? Let's see the next one. One for the ghost. Okay.
Take me across a lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad.
Okay.
When I was bad, bad. When I was bad, take me across a lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad. When I was bad.
Okay. It's brief, it's sort of simple, not too convoluted, but him speaking strictly through samples or basically just making music, particularly with samples, is a little, like, it kind of makes me want to see, hey, what would J Dilla himself actually sound like, as opposed to just him using samples. It's a little weird, but it's creative to a certain extent, so I'm like, oh, we were looking at it like this, my bad. I mean, the lyrics were kind of simple. But, yeah, oh, okay. Looks like, I don't know, it's not even that hot today, but my camera's, like, overheating constantly. I've only been recording 30 minutes. I don't know. How many songs do I have left? Let's see. We're on 23. We have about 8 songs left. But let me take a little break so my camera can cool down so I don't freeze. Let me run this one back. One for the ghost. It's only a minute. Let's see.
Take me across a lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad. When I was bad, bad. When I was bad, take me across a lap. She used to whip me with a strap when I was bad. When I was bad.
Okay. There are moments, there are certain times where, like, the sample sounds really nice, but then, like, the beat sounds, like, ominous almost. It's weird. Let me run the next one. Let's see. Dilla says go. Okay.
Let the trunk start it off, man. Go, go, go.
Okay.
Oh, man.
When I was bad.
Let's go.
Dilla says go. Too short, bro. They're all kind of too short, and I kind of like knew that going in that they would be short, but I was expecting there to be a little bit more of a charm that kept me in. And while there is a lot of potential with the production style, I think the briefness of it doesn't really help it. Let me carry on. Let's see. Walk in on it.
Bring the heat. Bring the heat. Bring the heat.
Okay. I mean, if this wasn't the most repetitive thing in this entire album, I don't know what else to say. Man, let me finish out the album and then I'll give my thoughts, because I feel like the kind of criticisms or reactions or sort of thoughts I have about the music or about the album, it's kind of the same song after song, honestly, at this point. So let me see. The Factory. The siren.
It's a factory. It can hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's start it off with your man. Just because I really love you.
That sounds really nice.
Go.
Just because I really love you, baby. I love you. Love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, baby. Really love you. Just because I really love you.
Standing at the bus stop, and I heard a voice behind me say, "Hi, baby." Oh, I just fell all apart inside because I hadn't heard that voice in such a long time. I turned around.
Felt like we skipped something. Last donut of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, time at the Regal. Young man went out and made a name for himself. He's been on every record-breaking show in the Regal Theater in the last 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, stop. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
That's nice.
Properly talks for the superstars. Tonight, next guest, the incredible.
Interesting. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions that maybe I shouldn't say, but you guys know that I do take the time to listen to your recommendations because I appreciate you guys supporting the channel and leaving me your favorite albums, stuff like that. Therefore, I feel it is only proper that I be completely honest about the way that I feel about those things that sometimes I listen to. And I hope it doesn't come off the wrong way or what be it, but this was a particular experience. I think, first and foremost, let me say, the mixing on this is very experimental, and therefore it merits some sort of recognition for that because I don't think I've heard anything that like sounds like purposely is experimental to such a degree that oftentimes when I am listening to the music, I've personally found it a little difficult to kind of get invested in the songs because when I did find it appealing, before I knew it, the beat was kind of and while it's like a balance almost. While I can respect the efforts to go through and try different things and experiment with different sounds and different techniques and different things, that's cool, but it also, at the same time, if it takes me away from the experience, if it, like, breaks my immersion, it kind of feels a little jarring, a little unpleasant to the ear, almost. Another thing here is that most of the songs do not break into the 2-minute mark. A lot of them don't break into the minute and 30-second mark. Only one song is about 3 minutes long, which is working on it. Okay. Now, generally, I wouldn't be opposed to songs being short. I don't mind it at all. But unfortunately here, what we get is not enough time to become invested, not enough time to kind of fall in love with the music, and unfortunately, by the time I do kind of get into it, and I'm like, okay, getting into it, the song is over. That sort of briefness is unfortunately a hinder to a lot of these songs, in my opinion. That being said, there is like a certain je ne sais quoi, there is a certain like potential, but it's unfortunate because he is no longer with us. But like, there is something here. I love what from 2006. It's that for that time. I think this is fucking interesting that he would be willing to be so experimental. Another thing I think that is worth mentioning is how pretty much every single one of these songs is there is all the lyrics. Can you even call them lyrics if it's a sample? He kind of utilizes samples in every single song, because I don't think I can tell you what J Dilla sounds like, because I don't think he raps on any of these. He kind of is the producer, I would imagine, makes the beats and then inserts samples. The interesting thing is that he shapes and molds the samples to an extent that transforms whatever it was originally from, and it doesn't sound like that at all. There's a lot of interesting samples here that sound beautiful, and I almost want to like get invested, but when I do, he kind of cuts it up in a way that takes me again away from the immersion. Man, how unfortunate, because I did want to get invested. I did want to like this. I really did, but I kind of there's a lot of repetition. I am not a big fan of when something repeats itself over and over again. It kind of bores me, to be honest. But there is like a certain like the production somehow, like when some of the songs were like so seamlessly okay, I feel like I'm all over the place with what I'm trying to say, but it's just that's kind of what this album is. You get a lot of different sounds, and he had the ability to sort of like seamlessly fuse all these kind of strange sounds in a way that wasn't bad, but was sometimes jarring and killing the immersion of getting into it. But like unfortunately, I don't of 31 songs, I don't particularly like any, like none of them specifically stand out to me. Let me read this. Let me read his, let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This sort of dissertation of the album. Maybe it could give me a better idea as to what we're working here, because I kind of again found it difficult to sort of enjoy, because maybe, okay, let me say this. Maybe I am just too simple. In my mind, my mental capacity is so simple that I find it difficult to kind of get myself to enjoy something that is so like choppy and like jarring. And maybe that's on me, because I do like it whenever I'm listening to a song and it sounds nice and like it's nice to my ears and I can get into it and bop into it and it's cool. I like that. So coming here to these sort of brief tracks and it having this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm getting into it, and then he like twists the beat in a way that kind of makes me like disassociate, makes me kind of like not like follow where he's going. Again, it could just be me. Let me say this. The way he kind of mixes gives me, it's a weird comparison that I'm about to make, but it gives me sort of like, for example, JPEG Mafia. JPEG Mafia has very insane kind of samples and beats and songs, dude. It sounds crazy a lot of the times. I think the difference being that JPEG Mafia has like a grander concept for his songs, to a degree where if it might at first seem a little bit strange to listen to it, ultimately by the end of the song you kind of like, okay, you know, he utilizes his samples in a very interesting way. Here he just man, it's so like almost repetitive often, and I feel bad for like, you know, like criticizing it so harshly, but unfortunately it's just what it is for me. Let me read this little dissertation here. Let me see. There should have been more records like Donuts, many more. When J Dilla, aka Detroit James Yancey, made the album, he was 31 years old and widely celebrated as a producer of rare talent. You can't even see my face, sorry. Give me a second. Okay. Having worked with Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, and De La Soul, amongst many others, he had an encyclopedic knowledge of obscure jazz, funk, and soul, and as a talented drummer in his own right, he brought a rare sense of groove to the samples he chopped up on his trusty Akai MPC. Okay, that kind of makes sense, because a lot of the songs that we listened to just now did come off as kind of choppy, and again, I can recognize his ability to kind of produce it and compose it and arrange it in an interesting way. Regardless of that, when I'm listening, it isn't like such a smooth listening experience for me. On the contrary, when I am listening and it starts to get chopped up to a certain extent, it takes me out from the experience, unfortunately. But let me keep reading. An entire tradition of beat music has been constructed atop the unique sense of swing that Dilla brought to the classic boom-bap cadence. Dilla-esque has become shorthand for a certain sensibility, a mixture of taste, timing, and restraint that was present in all his productions and almost impossible to imitate. Okay, no matter how many have tried, which, okay, there is merit to that, but I mean, maybe I'm just a fucking hater. Maybe I just can't vibe with it personally, but Donuts was Yancey's final missive. Notwithstanding a flood of posthumous releases, he suffered from lupus, He recorded some of Donuts in his hospital bed. Okay. In fact, and died just 3 days after the record hit shelves in February 2006. So 2020 something. It's likely the album would have become legendary under any circumstances, where his 2001 vocal album Welcome to Detroit ably showed off his chops. The all-instrumental Donuts proved how much was possible from sampling alone. Okay. Drawing not only from staples like Dionne Warwick and the Jackson 5, but also soft rockers 10cc, Sex Pistols impresario Malcolm McLaren, and Looney Tunes composer Raymond Scott. Dilla would brief loops into hypnotic sketches, most of them barely a minute long, that flowed into one overarching whole. The elegant expressions of taste, the elegant expression of state of mind that is, by turns, playful, defiant, and tender, in which the smallest details snowball into the biggest feelings. Dilla's legacy left generations of fans mourning his loss, but his final completed statement is bursting with joy. Okay, I mean, sure, maybe that is where I am wrong, and maybe I should have listened to the thing in its entirety, but the way I kind of dissect my music, or at least the way I make the reactions for the music that I kind of listen to, I kind of do go song by song, and maybe that is where my flaw is, where my fault is when it comes to something like this. To be honest, I think if we're going to get into an album that I know nothing about, I would generally prefer to not know anything about it so that I can get into it and kind of dissect it and consume it in my own way and not in a way that somebody else tells me to do it. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do the way I like to do it, not the way that somebody else tells me to do it, you know? But maybe in this particular case, it was to my detriment that I didn't listen to it like in its entirety, based on what I just read, you know. Regardless, from one track to another, it is, like I said, oftentimes a little jarring and choppy, and I will give it its credit for the time that it's from. It is kind of good, but again, I don't know. Maybe we need to check out some other of his stuff. But then, to me, like, no, but like the description said, simply through sampling, you could create something, you know, significant. Therefore, there's some merit there, but, like, this is a difficult one for me, dude. Because then again, I go back to it, and I'm like, there isn't one particular track where I'm like, that's the one that I enjoyed from this the most. Damn. I'm sorry, you know, like, I don't want to be, like, so, like critical of shit and be like, I don't like it because of this, but, like, there isn't anything where I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. That's just the way I personally consume music, where I, like, listen to it, and if I love it, I'm like, ooh, let me go back and play it again so I can get through it again and get into the motion, get invested, and get, you know. There was nothing like that for me here. But, like, okay, regardless of my criticisms, it is something unlike I've seen before. And like they said, even if it's choppy, even if it is what it is, it's kind of irreplicable, I think. That's at least, you know, feels bad. But I think for this one, I'm going to have to give it a 4 out of 10, in my opinion. Again, basically due to the fact that there wasn't any specific standout track to me, and oftentimes when I would start to get into the track, the sort of production style he went through kind of took me out of my immersion and didn't allow me to kind of have, like, that sort of satisfaction when I was like, oh damn, that was, like, a really good song. A lot also due to the fact that all of these songs are extremely short. I don't know. Thank you, Smog OFC, for your recommendation, and I hope you don't like hate my reaction because like I don't know, it like wasn't my particular cup of tea. But thank you regardless. I do think it's important to kind of give light to records from the past that otherwise I wouldn't have heard. So at the very least, it was an interesting sort of experience, and being exposed to maybe something that I can consider to be more jarring and more like kind of breaking the illusion makes it so that when I do listen to something in the future that is more of a whole concept to me, I'll maybe be able to enjoy it more, and at least we have like some sort of benchmark for comparisons for the future. At least I don't know. I kind of feel bad for like being so kind of critical, but that's kind of what I do, no? So. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So, thank you guys for watching, in case you made it this far. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.